It's a most interesting experiment, Watson. Pray do examine the snake.
I'd rather not, if you don't mind, Holmes. My experience in Afghanistan and that dreadful case of the speckled band have taught me to have a healthy respect for snakes.
Yes, but look at it. It's dead. Well, at least it has the appearance of being so. A snake, like some other reptiles and animals, hibernates. There is no pulse. The temperature of the body is extremely cold, yet it is alive. This is most interesting. Yes, to my scientific mind, man is still an animal, so why can't we bring about this condition in our fellow men? Professor Julius Waldhausen is calling to see me this morning. He claims that it is possible.
We present the stories of Sherlock Holmes.
The Waldhausen experiment. The autumn of 1887 was grey and gloomy. The trees knew winter would be dark and bitter. They shed their leaves early, and the cold drizzle swirled the dead masses into the gutterings of the rooftops, into the blocked drains and dirty manholes of the London streets. It was a depressing time, a time for crackling log fires and indoor comforts. On one such dreary morning, I came down to breakfast to find Holmes seated at his workbench. Mrs. Hudson's excellent meal lay neglected upon the table. Holmes was hard at work on the body of a snake.
Yes, as I say, most interesting. Take a look, Watson. You must agree with me.
Well, I think I prefer my breakfast, Holmes. Surely you can leave that wretched reptile for a cup of hot coffee.
By all means, Watson. At least I'm sure that the creature will not slither away. But you haven't answered my question. Do you think it possible to place a human being in a state of suspended life?
As a medical man, I must say that I do not, Holmes. It's entirely against nature.
Well, one could argue that pain-killing with anesthetics is exactly the same, Watson. And yet they're making enormous strides in such practices. That is the doorbell. It must be my visitor, Professor Waldhausen. Well, it's time for you to answer my second question. Are you interested in hearing this man's theories?
Well, I'm certainly not leaving until I've finished my breakfast. I assume you will not be above offering him a cup of coffee?
Of course not. And keep your ears open, Watson. I would like your opinion.
There's a gentleman here to see you, Mr. Holmes. No card. Couldn't catch the name. Professor somebody or other.
Now, Professor Waldhausen, yes. Show him in, please, Mrs. Hudson.
Very good, sir. This way, please.
Danke. Thank you very much. Mr. Sherlock Holmes, and this must be the well-known physician, Dr. John Watson.
That is so. Good morning to you, Professor.
Pray do be seated. There's a coat rack near the door for your wet cake. Come near the fire. Would you like to join us at breakfast?
I have already eaten, but a cup of coffee would be most pleasant.
Allow me.
Please make yourself at home. I'm afraid the place isn't very tidy.
Well, compared to my own home, it is neatness itself. I am afraid I drive my two assistants to much anger with my ways.
You have assistants, and they help you in the experiments which you wrote to me about?
Yeah, that is correct. I see you have the sleeping snake curled up on this tray on the table. You are interested in suspended life, Mr. Holmes?
In hibernation of animal life, yes. No one can doubt the existence of such patterns, but I know nothing of your experiments with human beings.
I am no monster, Mr. Holmes. I have made no such experiments. I am no Frankenstein from the pages of Mrs. Shelley's novel. But I have carried out many tests on many pets, cats, dogs, and even farm animals. I have had them declared legally dead by veterinary surgeons. And then, much to their amazement, I have, by a simple injection of a serum, brought them back to life with no harm done whatever. I think it is possible that this can be done with human beings. Does that amaze you, Dr. Watson?
Well, frankly, yes, it does. While keeping an open mind upon the subject, I must say I can't see any valid reason for wishing to bring this about. I mean, in what circumstances could it be of use?
Travel?
Travel?
Oh, yes. One of these days, man will travel out into what we call space. I believe within 100 years we shall have set foot on the moon.
Oh, come now. That really is something from the pages of a novel. That will never be possible. What do you say, Holmes?
As you say, Watson, it's best to keep an open mind. But to return to your theories, Professor, you feel that man cannot only conquer space but also time? You believe that one can suspend life and return from the dead, say a year later, without having aged in any way?
Yeah, exactly. I am sure of this. There are very few men of your precise knowledge and imagination in London, Mr. Holmes. I invite you to examine my experiments at any time. My home and laboratories are at Harrow Lodge, Main Road, Hatch End. My assistants are Dr. John Rossiter and his wife Eileen, both qualified scientists. They are helping me with my work. I should be ready for a demonstration in 10 days, a fortnight. Will you both attend? I should be most honored if you would. Do say you agree.
Holmes assured the professor that we would attend any future demonstration of his experiments, and I left them to do my daily rounds. Frankly, I thought the old fellow a rather dangerous eccentric. Holmes reserved his judgment and continued his own studies. I was far too busy with my work to bother much about the professor, and soon forgot his invitation, until one day... Oh, goodness gracious me, what a tragedy. Oh, Professor Waldhausen's been found dead. Oh, Holmes, he's died in his sleep, natural causes, and there's no suspicion of foul play. You read this, Holmes?
I have indeed, Watson. I sent a telegram of condolence to his home and a request that I be allowed to visit his assistants, Dr. Rossiter and his wife, this very afternoon. If you're not overworked, perhaps you'd care to accompany me. I agree with you that if this be a natural death, then it's extremely sad news, for I sincerely believe that the professor was on the verge of an outstanding discovery with his experiments. Yes, well, shall we try to find out more, Watson?
As always, when requested to accompany Sherlock Holmes on any of his investigations, I managed to find the time to do so. And because the weather was so inclement, we took a four-wheeler straight from Baker Street to Hatch End. It was a blustery, uncomfortable journey, and I wondered if it really was worthwhile. We arrived at Harrow Lodge to find Rossiter and his wife Eileen in a state of near despair.
I'm sorry to welcome you like this, Mr. Holmes.
It's been a very great shock. My wife and I are at our wits' end. It was the one thing we did not expect.
The professor was not a young man, but he seemed in good health. We were all working so happily. There was so much at stake, and to have something like this end it all.
Must have been very upsetting for you both. Tell me, you were privy to all the professor's theories?
To most of his experimental work, yes, we worked as a team. But there were a great deal of his latest ideas that he wrote in German. Just notes, you understand. We were simply here to follow his instructions. I felt all the time that he was progressing beyond himself and urged him to rest. Perhaps it was overwork.
You had a doctor? The death certificate, what did it say?
Well, it just says heart failure. A natural death in his sleep.
We neither of us have a regular doctor. We called the police. They took over. The police surgeon assured us it was a simple case of heart failure. Well, at least he didn't suffer.
He had no near family? Wife? Children? Any relatives?
No one. I believe there was a sister in Australia or South Africa many years ago, but he'd lost touch.
Then can I assume that you are to inherit from his death?
Oh, my dear Holmes, I happen to know all about the professor's estate. It's nothing. This house is mortgaged up to the hilt. There are a few sticks of furniture which belong to Eileen and myself, but his finances are negligible. In a word, he was penniless. There may even be a few debts. That will be up to us to clear up. We shall try our best.
I see. Well, I presume that he had a lawyer and that all the funeral arrangements have been taken care of?
Oh, yes. Thompson and White in Half Moon Street, London, handle all these affairs. I actually recommended Thompson myself, and the funeral is to be held the day after tomorrow. I hope you can find time to attend. It's in Great Harrow Church.
I shall certainly do my best. Now, if you're sure I can be of no more help.
I'm afraid not. But thank you for your sympathy. We do appreciate it. Don't we, dear?
Yes, of course. There's nothing you or anyone else can do. After all, we can't bring him back.
No.
Can we?
Good day to you, Mr. Holmes. Dr. Watson, and thank you again for calling like this. Well, they've gone. Do you think we did the right thing in keeping our secret from them?
Yes, of course.
Are you still prepared to go through with it?
Naturally. Oh, John, we can't give up now. The fact that the professor's dead makes it even more urgent. We must go through with our plans. How are we going to live otherwise? I'm not afraid.
Oh, my sweet, courageous Eileen. What would I do without you? Very well. We carry on. We must make detailed plans this very day. Then all you have to do is trust me. You do trust me, don't you?
With my life, darling.
Sherlock Holmes was not entirely satisfied by our visit to Hatch End, but he refused to discuss the matter, although, much to my surprise, he insisted that we return 2 days later to attend the funeral. This time we took the train down, and once again it was a squally wet day. The service and burial was simple and mercifully short. A handful of people only left the churchyard in the soaking rain.
Oh, dear. What a miserable affair.
You really shouldn't have attended, darling. You should be home in bed. Don't you agree, Dr. Watson?
You certainly seem extremely unwell, Mrs. Rossiter. I should advise an immediate return home, a hot bath, and a few days in bed. You say you haven't a personal physician?
No, but it's all right. I'm sure it's nothing but a very bad cold.
Yes, well, you'd better not hang about in the rain. Good day to you, Mrs. Rossiter.
Good day, Dr. Watson. Goodbye, Mr. Holmes.
Good day, Doctor.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, Miss Roster, Mrs. Roster. We'll be in touch.
Yes.